XRP loses new ruling, but could it help XRP to reach $250? Watch this video to find out this as well as the updates about how Facebook and PayPal crash. Welcome to Crypto Live. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. Judge Annalise Torres, residing as one of the judges for the SEC versus Ripple case, just issued a ruling denying part and granting in part the request of Ripple. So I will tell you what the SEC is denying, what other people have to say about it, what the negative implications are for Ripple against the SEC, and what positive implications are for Ripple specifically. Additionally, I will discuss some of the markets that have been going bonkers lately, such as Amazon, Facebook, and PayPal. So how did the markets perform during the first weekend in February? For companies such as Facebook, Amazon, and PayPal, the first week of February was the deadline for the reported earnings for their quarter. And those earnings reports are used by many investors to determine whether the stock is worth keeping and if they should continue to invest in it. Moreover, the trend started for PayPal the day before when released earnings and missed their earnings target, causing the stock to plummet. It cratered, shedding a lot of money. Then again, that is not a huge deal, as some people feel that PayPal is a slightly outdated technology that may eventually be phased out by the onslaught of cryptocurrency. Also, the use of online banking systems like PayPal, as well as payment methods, could be in the past, even though PayPal is very Bitcoin and crypto friendly. And it may be in their best interest to continue down that path. If they wish to remain relevant in the space. Further, there are a lot of people in the social media world celebrating Facebook's collapse. At one point, Facebook's value fell by almost 26%. So losing 26% of this value after it reported its earnings last night ended tumbling like a stone. Moreover, nothing was recovered. It maintained the low level today and dropped even further throughout the day. Interestingly, after hours today, Amazon rose after dipping to about $230 per share during the day's trading. Further, it rose over $400 per share after hours. The rest of the NASDAQ, as well as Bitcoin, began to jump at around 4 p.m., the same time that the NASDAQ and Amazon did, and this deserves attention. Until the cryptocurrency market decides how it intends to proceed in the first and second quarters, a lot of those markets are linked together. It doesn't seem to be a good thing, but that is what is going on right now. Now let's take a look at what Judge Torres had just announced regarding the SEC versus Ripple case. So she got back to Ripple and decided on something which Ripple had requested back in June of 2021. That is indeed how long it takes. With this, as you may have realized if you've been following this case, some things are moving at an exceedingly slow pace. Exactly what did she decide? Ripple indeed submitted documents back in June to support their fair notice theory, which supports their belief that SEC's complaint, which is the amended case, should be dismissed by the court as a whole. Meanwhile, the only thing Ripple had said was that some documents were supporting the case and why we believe it should be dismissed. Further, they submitted these documents to the judge in a way that made them sealed, and of course, they were submitted in such a way. However, it would be best if the documents remain sealed since Ripple wanted them to remain sealed. In addition to this, it has specific information about business practices, employee concerns, vendor relationships, and other facts about such things as company procedures. Also stuff they don't necessarily want the public to see, but things that would support their cause against the SEC. Then, the judge went on and said that these must not be sealed if they are going to be used in a judicial proceeding. While some redactions take time, there is a deadline of February 17th that she needs to have completed, so possibly names of companies or names of vendors can be redacted. However, aside from that, she essentially refused Ripple's request to seal them and stated that these need to remain unsecured. But in what sense does this negatively affect Ripple? In the end, it depends on what's in the documents after they have been sealed from the public, but perhaps the same as you, I have no idea what's in them. In the end, it depends on what's in the documents after they've been sealed from the public. But, perhaps the same as you, I have no idea what's in them. But as I said, certain business practices don't want to be publicized. Meanwhile, how it would affect them in the case versus the SEC is that the documents Ripple submitted are intended to back up their case to get the SEC's complaint, the amended complaint, and the initial complaint was thrown out. In other words, they submitted these documents with the expectation that they would help their case, and whatever that hurts them privately remains to be seen. However, as the documents are not sealed, some of them could come out if the case goes to trial. Another is, in the latest ruling, she also gave the SEC until Friday, February 9th, to submit which essentially means to reply just to the most recent motion that the SEC has just submitted. Furthermore, the SEC has submitted a more comprehensive case for the judge to dismiss Ripple's fair defense notice based on the extensive evidence they've submitted. Thus, it's essentially a dispute between two sides regarding fair notice. In other words, Ripple has until February 9th to deliver its reply, and I know that we are all looking forward to reading it as the replies are spot on. So in reality, at this point, we cannot decide whether those documents that Ripple once sealed will help or hurt them, but we do know it's most likely that it will benefit them in the case against the SEC. Additionally, someone pointed out on Twitter that Judge Torres is making the decision, essentially forcing Ripple to give the public access to these documents. Does the same thing that SEC is doing, which is ensuring both sides make their documents as accessible as possible. In other words, if decisions like these continue, it doesn't seem like the SEC is more anti-Ripple in that they might have to release the 63 emails regarding William Hinman's speech, which they are trying so desperately to hide. So, are we all on the same page here? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So Ripple isn't in the worst of situations. A few paragraphs in 179-4 may harm Ripple's case, as Brad Garlinghouse spoke about in XRP holders' expectations about the price of XRP and Ripple's control over the digital asset. Despite the proven track record of being good stewards of XRP, we had continued to hear concerns in the market that Ripple could, hypothetically, sell our 61 billion XRP at any time, a scenario that would certainly be bad for Ripple. So with the decision to lock up 55 billion XRP in escrow, we have given the investors a predictable supply schedule, and to remove what skeptics have suggested has been a barrier to broader XRP. We have given investors a predictable supply schedule and removed what skeptics have suggested has been a barrier to broader XRP. In his reading of the evidence, Jeremy Hogan found that Ripple did appear to have given a lot of thought to XRP's price, and that the word investors was unfortunate. And it goes, it's not all that bad for Ripple, as it was sent only to Ripple employees, and the issue was whether XRP purchasers expect Ripple to increase the price of XRP. XRP holders back in 2017 never saw this email, he added. As to 179-5, in this document, Chris Larson responds to an XRP holder about the impact of Ripple's business expansion on the price of XRP. The SEC might want to use this evidence to support its claim that Ripple sold XRP as a security. The strategy of focusing on connecting banks serves both emerging trends. The more banks connect through Ripple Connect and ILP, the more demand we should see for XRP as an asset to reduce liquidity costs. Further, Jeremy Hogan took a look at the evidence and found it to be, and stated, that it is simply a factual statement that the price of XRP will increase as more banks use Ripple products. There is no promise of a price increase in this answer at all. These will be the SEC's evidence that XRP purchasers were relying on Ripple to increase XRP's price. I just hope for the SEC that they have more and better evidence than these two documents. With Judge Annalisa Torres back on the case, Jeremy Hogan anticipates that we will hear 3 crucial dispositive motions soon, including the long-awaited and critical decision as to whether the fair notice defense survives. According to attorney Jeremy Hogan, the ruling signals that Annalisa Torres, the judge presiding over the case, will soon begin to move things forward. He stated, "There's only one major takeaway from this order on the Ripple versus SEC case. Judge Torres is getting ready to take over. The next couple of months will be very interesting with all the major rulings that are being teed up." Also, NetBurn ordered Hinman to produce his drafts and notes concerning his 2018 speech, which John Deaton has called Ripple's biggest victory. She stated the biggest victory for Ripple and XRP holders from Judge NetBurn's recent decision isn't necessarily the email with the draft version of the Hinman speech. The most significant victory could prove to be the notes from meetings with third parties not associated with Ripple. Consequently, now that Judge Annalisa Torres is back in the courtroom, Major decisions should be made more quickly. When Hogan's suspicions turned out to be valid, the lawsuit would be over much sooner than expected, and XRP holdings would be unfrozen if the court retains its decision on DPP, and it could even make XRP reach $250. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.